I was curious about where that Roadster was. If you don't remember, Elon
Yeah.
early on was testing Starship, I think, or maybe one of the earlier versions of it, and wanted to prove that he could lift X amount of weight. And the other option was launching concrete blocks or something, like they just needed to wait. And then he was like, I got the perfect idea. Let's send up one of my Roadsters. It's great advertising. And it was. And if you don't remember, there's that famous picture of a fake astronaut sitting behind the wheel of a red Tesla convertible in space.
Wait. I need an idiocy check. It was a real fake astronaut, though. It wasn't a Photoshop fake.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's yet another Photoshop I fell for.
They put a suit, behind the wheel. But I was like, where's that thing at now? That thing's out on this crazy orbit now around the sun. Like they showed its path.
Wait, around the sun? Not the Earth? Okay.
Oh, no, they launched.
Yeah. It says the next notable close approach to Earth is in 2047 at around 5 million kilometers.
Yeah, it's been out beyond.
Close does some heavy lifting in space talk. Where they're like, it missed us by
isn't as far as miles.
That's true. Or you'll see some guy at NASA be like, you have no idea. This is coming right for us. A cunt hair away. 1 quadrillion fathoms. It's like, okay, dude.
I think when something starts passing within the orbit of the moon, that's scary. That's scary to me. Like, I think the moon's 250,000 miles away.
Could crack it in half. Go to the other side of the planet. Now we don't have those pesky tides.
I mean, I wouldn't want it to hit what if it hit the moon and shattered it and it turned into a ring system around us that slowly rained down on us over time? That'd be fun. Space is terrifying.
It wouldn't just stay up there like a ring, like it would slowly.
Oh, rings go away. Saturn's going to lose. Earth used to have rings, and Saturn will eventually lose its rings. Uranus has rings. Neptune has rings. And like I said, Earth used to have rings. There's like clear evidence of it. You can see where over time the particles that were part of the rings laid this sediment layer down.
Neptune has the vertical ring, right?
Neptune or Uranus? I get them mixed up. They're so similar. They're both way the fuck out there, and they're both like a light blue color.
Yeah, a couple of who cares planets. Seriously, like what have they ever done for us?
The flyover planets.
Yeah, they're terrible planets. Mars should be the flyover planet. Jupiter is the coolest one. It's just a damn shame that it's a gas giant, and I don't think there's any way for us to even make cool. We could use the moon, and I get their moons. That would be neat to see. Fucking the giant that was Jupiter, like dominating the sky for like 4 days, and then it would be so ominous. You'd be like, "This, I didn't evolve to be here, dude." I'd be late.
I can hardly wrap my head around a gas planet. Like the gravitational pull is so big. Why doesn't the gas like get pulled into something more solid? And every time I try to watch a video on like what it would be like to stand on Jupiter, it's like, you'd die, you'd be crushed, the gravity's so heavy, you'd weigh this. Stop it. I want to know, like, what happens if I stand on Jupiter? Like, what does it look like? How is it gooey above? Is it like a
metallic hydrogen?
Yeah. It's like a cloud. You just whoop right through.
I think the center of Jupiter is metallic hydrogen. It has crushed the gas down into a metal. So I think it's like solid doesn't really fit. I don't think, but it may be like a giant ball of mercury that's compressed so hard that it might as well be a solid. I don't know how big that core would even be because Jupiter itself is gargantuan. Like when you see Jupiter compared to the Earth, it's like, oh, well, that's not even close. Like I think the Great Red Spot or something is like 3 times bigger than the Earth.
Zach, can you find a picture of Jupiter and Earth like next to each other? Like you see what I'm going for. This is sort of a silly worded question, but
yeah. Looks like it's definitely, or who knows? This is just some picture on Universe Today. Maybe it's not to scale.
They're always lying.
Well, it doesn't say to scale here, and I've been tricked by that before. I think I'm looking at a to scale picture, and I'm like, oh, I feel foolish.
That's how. Oh my god, yeah. See, like the Great Red Spot is similar size to Earth. There,
it's actually closer than I thought. Like when you were like, they're not even close. I was picturing it compared to some suns. I mean, to say stars. Like there are stars that make
as big as a solar system.
Yeah, they make Earth look like a speck of dust, and Earth's a lot more than that. Earth. If it was a fast traveling meteor, it would have an impact on Jupiter.
It would be a gargantuan impact. There was something. Levy 9 or something was the impact that we recorded a while back, many years ago now, of that hit Jupiter, and it's the biggest impact ever viewed by man. It hit Earth and made an explosion. Hit Jupiter and made an explosion like as big as Earth or something. You can see it hitting Jupiter and making these huge explosions. Have you ever seen the polar cap of Jupiter? How it's got that hexagon?
I don't think so.
There's a hexagonal formation on the North Pole of Jupiter, system? And they don't really know. And there's frequently this weird green ball lightning up there that they also can't explain. And when they want clickbait, they're like, alien lights on the North Pole of Jupiter. And it's like, man, those guys are tough.
Yeah, right.
If you guys had to survive at NASA for like a month without being outed as someone who didn't know jack shit about space, what would your tactic be?
What's my job at NASA, though? That's important because they got a guy sweeping up, and I can fit right in.
No. You're wearing a lab coat, and you have glasses on.
I feel like I have enough time in IT to like a month. You say
a month?
Like, Woody, we need this from you. All right. I can give you a date for a date. Like by Friday, I'll tell you how long it will take to do this. And then Friday comes around, and I'm like, oh, that's a 3-week project. That's 4 weeks right there.
Damn, that's brilliant. That's really good.
I'm nice at this, bro. I'm nice at this.
I think I could bullshit and delegate my way through it. I think Einstein had that thing where he'd been going around doing this tour, going to all these colleges and universities and stuff, and giving the same speech about special relativity or general relativity or whatever. And his driver would always sit in the back of the room, and he'd watch this thing. So year in, this driver has seen this speech hundreds of times. And so one time they go in, and Einstein's like, hey, you really think you could give the speech? And he's like, absolutely. I watch you do this every day, sometimes 3 times a day. He's like, let's switch clothes. Puts on the chauffeur's outfit. Other guy puts on Einstein's fucking goofy hat or whatever. And he goes up there and he gives Einstein's speech on relativity to this room full of experts, like the brilliant minds. And they ask the driver a follow-up question, and something really difficult he has no idea because he just knows the speech. Yeah. He's just these are lines in a play.
Wouldn't you like to know?
and so the driver says, that is such a simple question. I'm not even going to give you an answer. Actually, I'm going to have my driver take this one. and Einstein stands up in the chauffeur's outfit and cap, and he gives an Einsteinian answer to this question. And everyone looks at that guy like a moron. And of course, everyone in the room was like, yeah, how does that work? So you're saying time slows down relative to mass, energy, and speed? Explain that. And then Einstein himself stands up, explains it as a chauffeur. And now everybody's terrified to ask the driver a follow-up, lest they be shamed as well.
Is this story true or like urban legend?
I choose to believe it's true.
But Albert Einstein looks so distinctive. Like everyone walking in is such a fan of him. They're going to see Albert Einstein sitting there in a newsboy cap, and they're going to be like, "What the fuck is this like tall, dark-haired young guy talking to us?"
Apparently not at this time. I don't think he was quite the social media sensation in like 52.
Kyle didn't say it. I just assumed it was a Driving Miss Daisy situation where the driver's black. How did he pull this off? I don't know.
You sure do know your physics, sir.
Man, those are really better ideas than mine. I was just thinking that I'd have to like find a way to bribe workers there first to send out emails being like, this guy, don't bother him with anything that isn't a huge deal. He's a bit eccentric. You'll find that out. And then like for a while, I just have like 2 fidget spinners and I refuse to address anything. When people touch me, I recoil and I just like sit there and I'll spend hours staring at diagrams and they'll be like, he's musing. And then I'll just go then I go spend like hours in a notebook and vision of them trying to perfect that Superman S. And anytime they come over, I'm like, I hide it, and then I get let go a month later.
I can imagine maybe rewatching some George Costanza for inspiration. He would be able to do this, right? Like that scene where he gets pissed off at everything, and they say he's trying so hard.
Yeah, he's just pretending to be crippled for bathroom privileges for long term. Very funny. But yeah, that would be my plan. I don't know. I don't think any of us would survive. They'd ask some like finder's question early on about space that was easy for them, but only if you're like in the know.
Well, I just imagine being on like the guy who makes sure that something is all good. Like, okay, check all the parameters on that lander. You know, we want to make sure that that mirror is the correct parameters, and make sure that's all good. And like, okay, so how would I do that? you got like a measuring tape or something? Like you got some sort of
I just for
tricorder?
sure thought everything was fine. Like, Woody,
Yeah.
look at that space shuttle. Make sure everything's in order. All right.
Solid.
This will take 10 days.
Yeah, this is like 10 days.
Really? It usually takes my guys 3 weeks. Woody has saved us 2 fucking weeks, guys. Let's go. Everybody's like, we're going to Mars, boys.
Right?
So what is
All good.
NASA Flathead Phillips?
This isn't a
Alan,
manned
get
mission,
this.
is it?
Back out one screw, right? The 10th day in, be like, I think I see something, boys.
And it's like way up there, but you spotted it.
I don't know. You might want me to check all these screws again.
Eagle Eye Woody just saved us $8 billion, guys. All right, take. You know what? Promotion for you, sir.
This one.
No. I couldn't possibly.
Like it's made of Home Depot nickel.
Yeah, this is PVC. Yeah, that we would have never got to the moon if any of us were involved.
No.
I mean, they've made some fuck ups. When they first sent Hubble up, the mirror was wrong. The mirror had been planed wrong by the lens company, and it didn't work. It was all blurry. They're like, we just launched a multi-billion-dollar fucking telescope. They sent the space shuttle up with a new lens, and they had astronauts get out and fix that bitch because it was close enough to Earth that you could do that.
I wonder
It
how they
cost
keep
a lot
the
of money.
fingerprints off of it. Like, obviously, they're wearing gloves. I get it. But like, I imagine it needs to be really clean.
It's a clean room. Yeah, it's in one of those. Like, it looks like they're working on silicon.
It needs to stay that clean through the whole process. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure they bring like a rag up there with them.
And then I think that
I'm sure that's what they do. Yes, a little bounty, maybe.
Who's got the Windex?
Buzz Aldrin.
We left the wind.
Spits on it. You just had to bring your golden grams, didn't you? Put us over the fucking weight limit for that last bit of glass cleaner.
They messed up Metric and Imperial one time, and I think they crashed a probe into Mars. Some very expensive
there was a conversion error or something.
Yeah.
The reason I'm just realizing the reason I thought golden grams is, Kyle, did you just watch the old Simpsons where Homer goes up to space and they're like crashing back down, and all the like astronauts are either like saying the Pledge of Allegiance or something, or they're like praying like, Lord, get us out of this, and like they're like, pray to whoever you believe in, and Homer's like, those golden grams, those golden grams, like singing the golden grams song. Crispy crunchy something serious.
Yeah, Homer snuck a bag of potato chips into the space shuttle and then cracked them open mid-flight, and they went everywhere. And then he bumped into the ant farm, and now there's ants and potato chips everywhere. So the answer was to open the door and depressurize to blow them out. But then Homer breaks the fucking door off of the capsule, and they've got to like jerry rig it up for re-entry. Yeah, that was a fun episode. The beginning of it was more fun.
No. What did they jerry rig it with? A little trivia.
The inanimate carbon rod, which at the beginning of the episode, Homer at the plant, everyone has been employee of the month before except for Homer. They're wearing these gold medals around their neck, every single person but Homer. And Mr. Burns gives that month's medal to this inanimate carbon rod. And it's just like, the fuck it.
Yeah, well,
It's got it.